Well, millions of student loan borrowers are not paying their debts after a three-year pandemic pause that ended in October. About 9 million student loan borrowers missed that first payment last month. That is 40% of 22 million borrowers who are not making their payments right now. And President Biden has created some on-ramp period policies for student loan borrowers so that they won't face big penalties for now, but interest does continue to accrue. Joining us now is Ted Jenkin, personal finance expert and CEO of Oxygen Financial. Ted, thank you so much for being here. We'll dive right in. 9 million student loan borrowers missing their first payment last month. What sort of ramifications does that have, not only for borrowers, but also for those entities owed money now?
Yeah, well, Kelly, good to see you. And I think this is the tale of two stories here right now. You know, the first payment that came out in October, 2.5 million borrowers, they didn't even see a bill. So some people didn't realize that they had to pay. Other people, yes, when you're told, look, I think $10,000 of student debt or $20,000 of student debt is going to get wiped away. Happiness is all about expectations met or unmet. Some people are very unhappy right now and saying, look, I'm just not going to make my payment. Of course, it won't hurt them immediately, but over time, they could go into default.
All right. So we talked about the president's policies to soften the penalties for now. But how long do those last, and how much assistance do they actually provide, Ted?
So about 6 million people have signed up for the Saving on a Valuable Education plan. And that really the change in this with the income-driven repayment plans is you only have to pay about 5% of your discretionary income. The on-ramp program that the government put into place allows you not to go into default for a year. So you're not going to have a bill collector come after you. You're not going to have your wages garnished. All those types of things are being put into delinquency. These are the things that sort of help those student loan borrowers right now. But inevitably, after a year, time is ticking.
So, as you know, we are facing some harsh economic times, inflation and the like. If you owe on your student loans and you're struggling to make your payments, what would you suggest as the best course of action right now?
You know, I think the biggest thing, Kelly, is most people have to look into their budgets. You know, when you don't make a car payment for a long period of time, it's painful to make that car payment again. So people haven't been paying that $200, $300, $400 a month for 3.5 years. So it's time to go look at your budget, figure out what you can cut in terms of maybe subscriptions or memberships or other things that you have to come up with those additional dollars. That's going to be the easiest thing right now. And sign up for the SAVE plan, Saving on a Valuable Education. That will help people because some people will not have to make payments depending upon their income. That's the best thing to do right now.
All right, great advice. So what do you see as the overreaching impact of this situation as a whole?
I do not think that students should expect to get a lot of relief right now. The Biden administration will get, they just did $5 billion, a little bit here and there, but I think overall, people need to get back on track for making their payments.
All right. Ted Jenkin, always a pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks, Kelly.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.